What's up, YouTube? Had this bike for almost a month now. Figured I'd put up a review since I haven't found much info from actual owners. I got the Santa Cruz Bullit and the XT build with an air shock. Because it just came out, it was kind of hard to find anybody that had it in stock, and they only had the air shock with the coil that I would have bought otherwise. Some of the highlights are that it has the EP8 motor with a 630 watt-hour battery. Has a Fox 38 fork up front and Rock Shocks Deluxe in the back. Both of them with 170 mm travel. And it's also got the mullet 29er up front, 27.5 in the back. I'm not going to say too much about the motor since you can find a lot of reviews about that. Other than that, I really like it, and it's noticeably stronger than the E8000 motor that it replaced. It's also a whole lot quieter on the climbs, or whenever you're actually loading the motor up. Power comes on nice and smooth. Super easy to control, even when you have it in boost. It does make a little bit of noise when you come downhill, and that is a function in large part of the frame and how the motor is mounted inside the frame, and how much any of the noises are amplified by the frame itself. Inside here, it's you can hear it, but it's definitely not a big deal. I've had other parts like hubs that were way louder and more intrusive to your ride. I demoed pretty much every e-bike I could get my hands on in the SoCal area. This was including Specialized, YT, Giant, Trek. Can't remember any other ones, but yeah, pretty much every single one I could get my hands on I demoed. And a lot of them weren't bad, they're good bikes. But when it came just to my personal preference, I like a bike that's nimble. I wanted to minimize weight, because that has a big impact on how nimble the bike feels. And it seemed like Santa Cruz just edged everybody out in those categories. On average, for a similar type of bike with suspension, battery size, and all that, it's like all the other ones are around 5 to 8 pounds heavier, which is kind of like carrying an extra battery. The 504 watt-hour battery weighed somewhere around 6 pounds. So the 630 that is in this bike is probably between 7 and 8 pounds is my guess. A little bit loose through here. Much better with a little bit of rain we've had recently. All these little bumps that aren't perfectly smoothed out feel so nice on this bike. Just eats it up. Little rock section here. Boom. Turns real nice. Pop it up, turn. Loose section here. Ooh. Some more rocks. Floats right over that stuff. Now we get on the proper steep stuff. This camera usually doesn't show just how steep these turns are. so good on this stuff. Oh, float over that, down here. Get real gnarly and steep here. Piece of cake. Oh, exposure, ooh, yeah. Some more really steep right here. There it gets a little janky. Some rocks on some off-camber stuff. Such easy work of this stuff. Dropped 14 seconds off the PR, my PR on the segment recently. If I get taking this bike down it. Traction, no problem, even on this longer bike. It's got a head angle, and the top tube is like almost an inch longer than the Heckler of equivalent size. Oh yeah. Try to go down this gnarly rock area here called Rowdy Ravine. It rained a couple days ago, so we'll see how muddy it is. Hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, it's nice. Dry. Never know exactly what is new on here. It's oftentimes rocks in different places you don't expect. Oh. Piece of cake. Section here has also got some cool rock stuff. Just eats it right up. This bike's still super fun on all these flowy trails like this. Just pump out of every turn. Pump on all these little sections. Yeah. Rails these turns. Great. Easy to keep the speed up. Whoop. I find that on these Class 1 e-bikes, when you turn the motor off, it doesn't drag as much. Could just be my impression because I don't feel the motor supporting you up to the cutoff. And flick it back on when you climb. Oh, it's so good. Gotta wrap it up with a run down the best trail in the system here. Despite all the travel this thing has, it still maintains a lot of the playfulness. Hop right over that. Oh. Flattens out all those braking bumps. To summarize my thoughts on it, this is a legit enduro bike with a motor that doesn't lose a lot of the fun qualities that I liked in trail bikes. Pops right up, takes turns super, even sharp turns super well. Sun in my face, can't see anything. Here we go. Last little bit. Couple of takeoffs here. That's that. Awesome bike. Hope you like the video. Y'all have a good one.